In this video, I'm going to share with you this very, very powerful technique and mindset on how to let go and trust the universe 100% of the time. Now, this is something that I haven't really seen on blogs, online, on YouTube, anything like that. This might be something that is brand new to you, so kind of have an open mind during this video. But when I learned about what I'm about to share with you, it really changed my trust in the universe, my trust in the process of life, and being able to just let go and let well-being flow and let excitement flow and let love flow in my life instead of trying to reach and grab and tug and pull and try to bring those things to me. It allowed me just to trust the process of the universe, and literally for me this works 100% of the time. Before we get to it though, if you could take a quick moment and smash the like button so we can get this video out to more people, I'd greatly appreciate it. So this mindset I'm about to tell you, a lot of law of attraction channelers talk about this. So channelers like Abraham Hicks, if you're familiar with Esther Hicks, who channels the energies of Abraham. There's also Gary Temple Bodley that does a great job. He channels Joshua, a group of non-physical entities through him, and he's able to speak through this non-physical. So if you haven't heard of that, it's kind of for some, it's kind of a freaky idea, but be open to it, because some of the stuff that they share is so powerful. Most of the stuff I'll say that they share is very powerful and very life-changing. And there's a ton of channelers out there. This isn't anything new. Those are just the two that I can think of off the top of my head. But one thing that I think all these channelers that channel from this non-physical world have in common is this. And it's this idea that before we're born, before we come into this physical reality, we exist in this non-physical reality. If you want to call that like heaven, whatever that word is for you, but we exist in this non-physical reality. And we decide to come to Earth to live life in a different way than we experience in non-physical. This is a more physical. There's certain experiences that we want to go through in order to grow and to expand and to basically become more than we've ever become before. Stuff we can't do there, we can do here. And through certain experiences, that's how we basically find out who we truly are. And these experiences, we expand ourselves joyously, we expand our awareness in situations, and basically become who we are, truly are in the non-physical, but here in the physical. And so there's certain things that we want to explore here that we can't do there. And we know certain situations will cause us to explore those things here, and therefore we can create a life in order which we can explore those things in order to experience those things that we want to experience. So the idea is, before we come to Earth, we map out our lives. Everything that we want to experience, we map everything out beforehand and say, I want to be born with these parents in this state, in this country. I want to have this brother. I want to do that, and I want this to happen when I'm 2 years old, because that will lead me to this when I'm 3 years old, and that will happen when I'm 5 years old, because that will lead me to this. And I want to meet this person and get my heart broken, because when that happens, it will lead to this, and then I'll find my true love. And we plan all this out, understanding that this is all a journey leading us to what we truly want and who we truly are. So anytime we feel that we're passionate about something, that this is something that I really love, this is something that I want to do, we know we're on that life trajectory that we created before we came here. We know that that's our true passion of why we're here. So like, for instance, like making videos and stuff for you. I love doing this. This is the passion. This does not feel like work. I get so excited when I get to click play on the camera and talk to you. I know this is a passion of mine. Now, I know in order to trust my higher self, that non-physical side of me, I know that I wouldn't plan anything or put anything in my life that would cause me to fall flat on my face and fail. I trust that in myself and that higher self to not do that. Even if there are certain like failures, things that I perceive as failures, for instance, if I make a lot of videos and they don't do so hot, or I get a lot of nasty comments from people or something, I might perceive that as a failure, right? But I put my trust in the universe, or trust in my higher self, that non-physical side of me, understanding that the final result of whatever I'm going through is success in my passion. So if there's, days where it's the lowest of lows, I don't get down on myself. I trust that I have a better picture in mind, and it's these low times that will give me inspired ideas in order to bring me up to the next level, to lead me closer to the life that I want to live. So the idea is that everything that we're doing right now, no matter where we're at in our life, no matter where you are in your life, you have chosen to be here. This is the trajectory of life that you chose. You are exactly where you need to be. This is exactly how you wanted your life to go up to this point. But maybe that's because everything up to this point has led you to finding this video right here that's now going to change the way you see yourself or you see your life. Everything that's happened so far has led you here for you to have an awakening that will take you to whatever you want in life, your main purpose in life, for you to discover who you truly are. And so I want you to ask yourself that, do you trust yourself? You in your highest power, you with infinite intelligence, looking down and planning out your life and how you want it to be. Don't you trust that higher self of you? Don't you trust yourself to not let you down, to create a life trajectory that leads you to everything you want, that leads you to all your desires, that leads you to just finding love and feeling fun, excitement, exhilaration, all those things? I do. I trust myself. I trust myself completely. I would not let myself down. I know that. And so by trusting yourself, trusting that where you are now is exactly where you're supposed to be, and you can't fail because you're on this life trajectory. There's ups and there's downs, it feels like it, but really you're going one steady path to where you need to go, and your lowest of lows leads you to inspired ideas to get out of that low and reach even higher than ever before. By trusting that process, you are trusting the universe, you are trusting your higher self in order for you to receive everything that you need exactly when you need it. You plan, I promise you, before you came into this physical body, you plan to give yourself everything that you want. You plan to do it. So it's our job to allow that to take place, to not fight or struggle against the current. Whatever's happening right now in your life, allow it. Let it flow, understanding that on the other side of this is something better, that eventually you will get to everything you want, as long as you just trust the flow, trust the process. Trust the universe 100%. Trust you yourself 100%. That higher self of you that chose everything that you're going through right now, everything to experience right now, trust that. When I heard about this and started doing this, it's changed everything for me. Because again, like I was talking about, in my worst days and my lowest of lows, I remind myself that I chose this in some way. That before I came here, I chose this. I wanted to experience this day like this moment like this. There's a reason for this. So not get down on myself. Or if I am down on myself or something, to flip it and be like, I know when I picked this was my moment to practice, deliberately creating better thoughts, changing my perspective on things. Instead of feeling negative emotion about something, change it to where I can feel positive about it and keep practicing that. That's the type of opportunities we set ourselves up for before we came here, understanding that we had to go through these things in order to reach where we are now. So trust yourself. Trust yourself 100%. If you want more information kind of on this idea of before you were born and the things, I would say Abraham Hicks is really good with describing this. You can type in like Abraham Hicks, before I was born or whatever on YouTube or YouTube search to get some videos to really understand that, of us choosing the life we want, choosing the trajectory of life, and everything that we do is leading us to what we want. We would never let ourselves down. We'd never put us in a situation, no matter how low, addictions, drugs, whatever it is. We chose that before, understanding we're going to go through this because it's going to lead us to something even better. We need to go through this in order. It's so powerful, and I believe it's so true. And if you can adopt this strategy and understand, you can always put that trust in yourself, trust in the universe that everything's going to work out 100% perfect. You can let go of all these outcomes that you think needs to happen and how it needs to happen. You can just enjoy the process of it unfolding. Take whatever actions necessary, take it, enjoy, take it with detachment. And I promise you, amazing, amazing things will start to transpire in your life.